Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you can click the subscribe button and stay for a while. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you could tell from the title of the video, today is a little bit of a battle. The battle of the luxury blush and highlighter duos. I feel like pretty often when collections are being dropped, Chanel and Dior always drop very similar items. I did get a couple of questions asking which one I prefer. Luckily, I did decide to pick up both so I can film this video for you all and let you know if one is better than the other. This one from Chanel is the Jardin Imaginaire Blush and Highlighter Duo in Light and Berry. And this one over here is the Rouge Blush Color and Glow Blush and Highlighter Duo in 257 Dior Rivera. So let's go ahead and get started with this comparison video. All right, my lovelies, as you could see, hair is pulled back and part of my face is done. Let me tell you what I have on. The Ilia Milky Toner, Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum for the perimeters of my face, and the new Refi Primer for my T-zone. Foundation, I did go in to the new Dior foundation stick in shade 2.5N, Danessa Myrex Yummy Skin Concealer in shade 8, and then I did go in to cream contour the Westman Atelier in shade Biscuit, and then I used the Dior contour slash bronzing stick in shade 02 Tan for my bronzer. Powders, I went into the Makeup Forever pressed powder for my under eyes and the RMS loose powder for the rest of my face. And then for powder bronzer, I did go in to the new Dior contour duo, the one that has the contouring shade and the highlighter. Shade 1 out of the 2 is the one that I purchased, which is the lightest. It's a pretty neutral tone on me, so I can use it as a bronzing shade. And then I did add the slightest amount of the Unearthly Glow bronzer in shade medium. Okay, so let's get started with this video. I do want to say that this is just based on my personal likes and dislikes. It's my personal opinion. If you disagree, that is perfectly okay. I am not an expert in luxury beauty, nor do I claim, nor have I ever said. I've gotten some questions asking which one I prefer, and I figured I would go ahead and provide you a video letting you know which one I prefer. So the Dior. This one retails for $75. Oh my goodness. Now, as far as luxury, I don't feel like Dior or Chanel. Like, I feel like they're pretty even field. For me personally, I don't know. I don't shop the fashion portion of the brands. I don't think I've ever purchased glasses or purses or anything like that from either Dior or Chanel. So I don't know if the prices vary on that as well as they do on makeup. I do feel that Chanel sometimes is a little more expensive than Dior, but for me personally, to me, it's an even playing field. I don't consider one brand more luxurious than the other, but you tell me if you disagree with that. Okay, so this retails for $75 and it has 0.23 ounces. I'm thinking that's for the whole pan. It was made in Italia. For the Dior, retails for $50, okay? And they give us 4 different colorways and only 2 for the Chanel. On here, it says it has 0.28 ounces. For, I'm guessing, the whole pan, and you can clearly see the pan sizes are bigger, and obviously you do get more product with the Dior for $25 less. This also was made in Italia, so you get more product with this for less money, and then you get less product for $25 more. So price wise, if that is a huge factor for you, then Dior gets the point for that one. Okay, now finally, the application portion of this video. I'm sure you were all thinking, thank goodness, finally. So we'll start with Chanel. I was a little worried when I purchased this. This is the MY5. By the way, I already have individual reviews of both of these on my channel. in case you are wondering. I wasn't sure this shade was going to work for me, but it actually works very well, and I think the formula has a lot to do with it. I do feel it is pressed in the pan pretty hard, and there is a good amount of pigment, but once you start applying it, it's not scary, and it's definitely more of a buildable kind of formula. I have used different brushes for this blush, and so far this Danessa Myricks in my Kid Co is my favorite because it's a little fluffy, but it also has some density to it, and it does fit pretty well in this pan. I just feel like it does a fabulous job with the application. You see that? Pretty. So this is a matte formula. I don't see sheen or shimmer on here as far as the blush goes. Any glow you see is from the other products that I put on my face. Also, I'm in front of natural lighting, and I feel that can sometimes give the illusion of a slight glow. But do you see that? Really, really pretty. So I think if you're fair, I do think you'll be able to use this. Formula wise, I am really enjoying this because it is a buildable formula, and I do feel like it has a good amount of pigment where a good variety of skin tones can actually use this shade. So blush, really, really loving it from this Chanel duo. Okay, now for the Dior, and I just went ahead and wiped my brush. We're gonna use the same one. I would say that both of these formulas are some sort of baked formulation because you don't get kick up in the pan really from either of them. Blushes. I'm talking about blushes right now. So with the Dior, I was also a little worried once I swatched it because I thought maybe it's too light and it might look chalky on my skin tone, but it actually doesn't. And as you can see, it's also at least I feel like it is. Maybe it does have slightest amount of sheen, like very, very little. But as you can tell, you can build up the pigment just from swatching it. Again, I found that this Danessa Myricks is the one that I've enjoyed the most with both of these formulas as far as the blush goes. I tried the Sonia G Soft Cheek, and it was just too fluffy. These are hard pressed pans, and the baked formulation that they both are, I just feel like a brush like this is just works best. Which other one did I use? Oh, the BK Beauty N17 that they did with Nicola Rose. That one also does work, but I prefer this one. So I am going to jump into the Dior, and this tone is really, really pretty. I don't think I have too many pinks like this. And I'm gonna put this in the front portion because I'll even them out at the end. I do have to build this up a tiny bit, so I do feel like they gave us more shade options with the Dior because they knew that some of these lighter tones were probably not going to go very well with like medium, tan, and deep complexions. I don't think someone with a tan or medium complexion can wear the blush that I picked up. It would definitely look chalky on them, I feel like. But do you see that? It's like a beautiful baby doll pink. My kids are on one today, and I am just my wit's end. You see, that's so pretty. And I do feel like they both, well, the Dior more than the Chanel. The Dior, I do feel like it almost gives you a softening filter effect. With the Chanel, I don't feel it does that. Okay, so there they are. Let me know which tone you prefer on me. See, I feel like my cheek looks a little bit blurred. Okay, let me go off camera and even my cheeks out, and then we'll jump into the highlighters. Okay, cheeks are even, and I forgot to tell you who I feel won when it comes to the blush formula. So both of them are beautiful, and I have truly enjoyed the Chanel. I just feel like I prefer the Dior, and not by much. I think the main reason why I feel Dior did a better job, I think the reason why I feel they did a better job is just because it looks so soft and almost like it's giving me a blurring effect on the cheek. Whereas Chanel is just a beautiful formula, and just however it looks on top of your skin is how it looks. But Dior, I just feel they nailed it. They nailed that small aspect, and I prefer the blush in the Dior. Okay, now we're gonna jump in to highlighter, and this time we'll start with the Dior. The highlighter in the blush and highlighter duo is different from the contour and highlighting duo. I'm pretty sure all of the blush duos have the same formula as far as the highlighter. I've seen reviews of 3 out of the 4 shades. The only shade I haven't seen anyone actually review or apply is the darkest tone, which is like that pretty almost wine burgundy shade, but I feel like it has some warmth to it, maybe a tiny bit of brown. I haven't seen anyone review that, but I have seen someone swatch it, and it does look like it has the little micro small glitter in the highlighter, which I don't enjoy. You can feel it when you swatch it. You can see it with the naked eye. I don't think you can see it on camera. Glitter in highlighters, for me, that's a big no-no. It is a beautiful formula, and I do feel like the brush you choose to use with this highlighter will make a huge difference. So this is the Danessa Mica Co MY3. I've used the Sonia G, and that one also works well. What is it? The Worker L, I think. But I feel like if you use a big, huge, fluffy brush, you're going to get glitter everywhere. So this is a Dior side, and I'm going to apply the highlighter on this side. And you can't see the glitter too much, but I do feel like it does accentuate texture. Just the slightest. It does not make it look absolutely horrible like other highlighters that have glitter sparkles in them, but I do feel like if you're somebody who deals with a lot of bumps and texture, you won't like the Dior one. But for me, since I have, as some people call, perfect skin, which I don't, I'm not mad at what I see. Not extremely happy, but I'm not mad. Okay, now for the Chanel highlighter side. This is a very beautiful tone. I did not think I was going to enjoy it. It does have some sort of shift to it. Even though it is hard pressed, it does have kick up in the pan, just like the Dior. And I feel is because the highlighting formula is different from the blush formula. So let me swatch it. And as you could see, it does have that like pearlescent pinky, almost like burgundy pinky shift to it. You can also tell just from the swatch, at least from what I see in the viewfinder, that the base is a little bit more translucent, and I feel that's what makes this one look just a tiny bit more natural to the skin. If you're somebody who likes bam in your face kind of highlighter, you probably won't enjoy this type of highlighter, because I do feel it's a pretty, like, even though the tone is not natural, it does sink into your skin and makes it look natural. We are going to use a different brush. This is the Worker L from Sonia G. Highlighting wise, I enjoy the Chanel so much more because it has no glitter at all. And you could see from the swatch, it just sinks right in. And if you've been an avid watcher of my channel, you already know that type of formula for highlighting is my absolute favorite. Now, I was scared that I was not going to enjoy this highlighter because of that pinky, almost like purple pink shift, but it actually looks very, very pretty. But I feel the formula has a lot to do with that, because the Patrick Ta, the duo that I have, I think Daddy is the shade, it has like a peachy pink shift to it, but I don't enjoy it the way that I'm enjoying this. You see that? It almost like sunk right into my skin. It's blending right into the blush. It's like so pretty. So for this one, I don't even have to compare because you probably can guess. I enjoy the Chanel highlighter so much more from these duos than I do from the Dior. Even if it does have that shift, it's just the formula is so absolutely stunning that it doesn't even matter because it looks just so dreamy. So dreamy. Okay, so this is the Chanel highlighter and the Dior. So like I said, it's not ugly. Just if you have a lot of texture bumps, it's not gonna be for you. And the glitter sparkle, it's not super prominent, but you can see it, and it's just not my absolute favorite. It's not horrible. This one takes the cake. It just does. Okay, let me go ahead and finish off the face. We'll come back and talk real quick and let you know who I feel the winner is for this little battle. All right, my lovelies, I am back. Let me tell you what else I have on my face. I did go in to the Gucci Brow Pencil, Make Beauty Brow Gel. For the lips, I have on Charlotte Tilbury Lip Liner in Iconic Nude, and then Make Beauty's lipstick, like the glossy lipstick. Those launched so long ago. I purchased it, I'm pretty sure I reviewed it, and I haven't really used that lipstick since, but it is so pretty. So pretty. So I decided to use it today. My lips are a little bit more warm toned for, well, I feel like my look is both. And let me tell you what I used for the eyes. So I used a couple of mattes from the Skin by Kim. I used this one, blended out the edges with this one, and then I used this in my inner corner. And for these shimmers, who remembers this beauty right here? The Adept palette that Amy Love did with them. So I used this shimmer, which has like a green blue shift, and a tiny bit of this one right in the middle. Super simple, but cute, right? I love the way this turned out. I honestly was just kind of playing around, and this is what came out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. And I did deepen up the outer corner just a tiny bit with this shadow here. Give it like that smoked out outer wing. Okay, but that is it. For my brow bone, I did go in to the Dior Contour. I went into this highlighter for my brow bone. Now let's talk about which one of these two is the winner in my personal book. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very hesitant because the price difference in these two products, it's a lot. It'd be different if, say, it was $5, maybe $10, but $25, that's a huge price difference. And especially because the one that costs less money has more product than the one that costs more. Again, for me, I feel they're a pretty even playing field. One is not more luxurious than the other. I would love to know if you feel the same way or if you disagree. But because of the highlighter, the Chanel is the winner. Even though I enjoy the Dior blush formulation a tiny bit more, when it comes to the whole package, I find myself wanting to pick this duo up more than the Dior because the blush is beautiful, the highlighter is just so dreamy, and together they do look absolutely stunning on your cheeks. Now, like I said, the highlighter in the Dior, it's not horrible, but if you're somebody who has a lot of bumps, a lot of textures, and doesn't have perfect skin like I do feel like this highlighter is just not it. Now, if the blush duo had the highlighter, and I do talk about this when I use all of the new Dior products, this highlighter formula in this one, the Dior hands down would have won because this highlighting formulation is different from the one with the blushes. And I can understand why they did that because, like myself, I purchased the contour duo and the blush duo. Why would you want to have the same formula as far as the highlighter goes in both of these pans? You know, I mean, yes, the tone would be different, but I do feel like when it comes to highlighters, most of them look very similar on the skin, you know? So unfortunately for me, the Chanel, the one that costs $75, is the winner for me. Again, this is based on my likes and dislikes. And the reason why I decided to do this video is because the price difference in the Dior duo and the Chanel duo is a pretty big number. And I felt like I needed to create this video for those of you that are kind of playing that tug of war and deciding which one you should get or not. I hope you enjoyed the video, but that's going to be it for this little battle of the blush and highlighter duos video. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea all the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it all does mean the world to me. Honestly, if you do use my links, it helps out my channel so much. I'm slowly growing. I'm hoping soon we'll get to 4K. I love doing this. I enjoy filming. I enjoy giving you my feedback. Even though my channel is not just a reviewing new makeup channel, I enjoy the other aspects that comes with makeup. Learning new techniques, trying out new formulas. Like, I enjoy everything that has to do with makeup, not just reviewing new makeup products. Times are tough right now. A lot of people are struggling, and buying makeup every month is just not in everybody's cards, you know? And I understand that. So I can definitely create another video where I compare kind of like a this or that. So if you have any makeup products that say you're on the fence on deciding which one, and I do have those products, mention it down below. Maybe if I get enough suggestions, then I can do a whole other video where it's this or that. So yeah, make sure to comment down below. Your feedback and everything is so appreciated. With that being said, do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.